Now, we come over here to Psalms chapter 139, verses 13 to 16, because this is very interesting here, and I'm going to have to really go here. It says this, but this is a verse that's very seldom ever brought out. We have the idiots up in Washington saying, I don't know when life began. You know, well, try having life to beginning without having conception. You got to try it sometime. It doesn't work, you know. So we come on up here. It says, for thou hast possessed my reins. There's David talking. Thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. Thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. What do you mean covered you? He's looked right over everything. That was by conception. God's seen the conception that you were having. Even in the bedroom, he's seen the conception, and you know, he knows everything. So don't be embarrassed at that. He made you. He knows exactly what you're made of. And he said, when he covered me in my mother's womb, I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Yes, you are wonderfully made. You know, we've been here now on here 6,000 years or so forth, and we can't even make a evolution is about the most idiotic thing I ever heard anybody say they believe. And because, you know, you can get a hip replacement, you get a knee replacement, try it with an eye. Can you make an eye from nothing? And they're put it in there so I could see better, or other people that are blind could see. Make it out of nothing now. Can you do that? No, you can't. Well, that's how idiotic some of the stuff is. My substance was not hid from thee. Your substance was the seed, and the egg was not hid from thee. You seen it. You seen the conception. You seen when they got together. When I was made in secret. God seen it right then. He was in the bedroom. Well, you don't have to look at it that way, but and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. The lowest parts of the earth is just another earthly illustration to show us the inner parts of a woman's body. He uses that. Well, these trees sing and so forth. Well, they don't really sing, they make a noise, but God uses earthly things to illustrate a very simple thing. Thine eyes did see my substance. I'll tell you what, yet being unperfect. What do you mean it hadn't developed yet? But notice, and in thy book, all of my members were written before they had even been developed. All of my members, God knew exactly what that boy or that girl was going to look like. He knew exactly what they were going to be, and so forth. And in thy book are all of my members were written. Everything about you, sir. He knew how you would be as a boy and your members, and how you would be treated, how you would be raised, and so forth. He knew that. He knew how you were going to be born. You were not going to have a defect. You're going to be born right. Now, which in continuance were fashioned. See, God's seen all of these before they were fashioned, and he had to wait 18 days before the heart started beating. But he had heart. 18 days later, the heart started beating. Hey, you fellows up in Washington, you hot shots up there, you're a bunch of ignoramuses, but you're a bunch of hot shots that come out with this. We don't know when life began. You know what? There's so many adjectives to put to your condition that I'd be here forever trying to name them all for you. But you would be like a little whip down here by the time I got through.